Good evening, ladies and gentle ladies. Am I audible? Can anyone confirm? Is there anyone that can confirm to me? Am I audible? If there is no one, then I'll just assume that I am audible. Right, so welcome to the first round of Team Spirit events. This week we're doing the Radicals. So, yeah. Oh, wow, this is very professional. So this week we are doing the Radicals for the first week of the events. We will be starting qualifying in just around 5 minutes' time after everyone gets into the lobby. So we will leave a little bit of time for people to join, because obviously we are missing 2 people at the moment, I believe, 2 or 3. So today, so far in the lobby, as we've been spectating for the past couple of while, we have Dusty Fossil with this very nice looking livery, I will have to say. Just joined Jake Witchell with what looks like some kind of Ferrari livery. I think that is inspired by one of their old Le Mans cars, I want to say. It's looking very snazzy. And then we can't look at Super and Stein, but they are also in certain liveries. Jeff Joker has gone for this really good-looking retro. It's a classic Hesketh style livery. Hesketh being the race team from the 1970s, which the likes of James Hunt used to drive for. And Lucas just put in the Discord that he's so happy. So he is one of the people we are currently waiting on. He accidentally deleted his livery, so Lucas is going to have to download a livery. So we're going to wait on some of the people just before they join the lobby. We also got Stein, who is in a Barbie livery. You can't actually see it because he's sat in the pits, but Stein is using a very beautiful Barbie livery. He's going to come out the pits. Oh, we are treated. We are about to see something quite stunning. I will say this livery is breathtaking. Gets the chef's kiss. Are we ready? There it is. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Now that is certainly one of the liveries of all time. Got the pink and it's purple, and there's a Barbie logo, and if you look carefully, this is something that we were laughing about just a couple of moments ago. The Michelin Man on the side is he's lying down with his feet up in the air, which I think is bloody brilliant. That's good. I'm not sure if Stein made this. I'd love to know if he did make this or if he just downloaded this. But this is one of the liveries of all time. And then we've also got Super, who I know did make his livery, looking very nice. Again, another red livery. There's a lot of red on this grid today. There you go. Fun fact: there's a lot of red on this grid today. So, format tonight. For this first race, we are doing a 5-minute qualifying, so it's essentially a one-shot quali. Near enough, you get 2 or 3 laps. And then it will be a 10-minute sprint race. Then for the last 2 races, it will be a reverse grid, so you do give me time to figure out how to do the reverse grid, because it's my first time doing this. There'll be a reverse grid at 2 random circuits. So we're going to find out, everyone at the same time, what those tracks are. I know what the first of the 2 is, but the third of the 2... or the second of the 2. I haven't actually decided what the second of the 2 is, so stay tuned for that, because there's going to be a little bit of what do we pick. I might ask someone who's watching the stream what we should pick. As long as it's not fucking Horse Thief Mile or something stupid. Grid's packed, wow. I believe we're currently waiting on Dominic and potentially Will. So we'll give it a couple extra minutes. Is there anyone that could confirm that Dom's joining? A lot of spectating. Dusty here. We'll look. Oh, here's Lucas. Lucas, he was making a livery, and then his livery got deleted, as we found out a couple of seconds ago. So currently he is. Oh yeah, there you go. He's using a Snap Willy car. Yeah. Take this as you will. A completely white car that says Snap Willy on the side of it. Beforehand, it was a brown car that said Snap Willy on the side of it, and it also had a penis on the front of it, alongside with Peeny Weeny Racing on the sides and many, many other things. So it's good to have Lucas back. This is his first race in months, and he's chosen a truly stunning livery to use, I will say. Snap Willy, top notch. And I believe we might be having Will join now. Just going to give it a couple minutes. Less time looking at that Snap Willy livery. There isn't really a good livery to spectate other than Super and Dusty, I'll be honest. So we'll spectate Super for a little bit while we wait for, I believe we're waiting on 2 people. Dominic had to update his PS4. So we're definitely going to have to delay for that. It's brilliant. See, this is why people say come prepared before the event. So, shall we go on board with a lap with Super, run you through the circuit? Up now through, I believe this is Junsao. I could be wrong. I don't know the corner names around here. I think this one's Junsao. It's the long sweeping left-hander final corner going through the start-finish straight, which isn't really much of a straight. Now it's a straight. So we start off on the lap. There you go, shifting up to 6th gear now. This car's only got 6 gears. And getting the braking just at the very end of the wall there. Turning it in using all the curb. And then he wants to use all the curb again on this next corner. And then turn 3 should be an easy flat. Is easy flat for Super in this case. Just using the curb a little bit to help the car rotate in. And I will say I love this camera angle. This camera angle is fucking perfect. Braking now for turn 4, just at the slip road on the side. We see massive support for Joker from Joker. Love to see it. Going through there, I believe that's turn 5. And this one's quite a difficult one. You've got a trail brake, so there's a lot of on and off the throttle. He seems to have got there's a little bit of sliding there, but he's got the exit quite good. He could have cut more there. Just being analytical, he could have cut more there. And then there's these really difficult hairpin section that he seems to have gotten clean enough right. There's a bit of lag there as Dominic joins the track. And then the next hairpin doesn't take too much curb. You don't want to take too much curb on that one. This one, is this corner flat? It is an easy flat in these cars. Very high downforce, I think it's fair to say. These are downforce cars. These are cars that have downforce. And then finally through Jinsao to finish off the lap. And there's Will. So I believe that is all of us now once he enters the track. So finishing off the lap, it doesn't matter what it's going to be because we will be starting qualifying in about 2 minutes time. So only a 5-minute delay. Not bad for our first radio, I think that's fair to say. There you go, that was the lap. This is I love this camera angle. Every car should have this camera angle. It's so good. Seems a lot of the people here haven't figured out a secret to driving this car. And I'm not going to say that secret on stream. There's Will. Will is coming out the pits in our livery. We'll have a look at Will's livery and then we will start qualifying immediately after because we only want to be 5 minutes behind schedule. Can someone send Will an invite to the party? Someone get Will an invite to the party. He's lost for tonight. Actually, I believe him and Jake Witchell. If we're going to put predictions in, him and Jake Witchell are probably the two I would predict to do well alongside Dominic Kabinski. So let's get going. I guess let's start qualifying. Best of luck, everyone, because we are all here. And now it's time for the 5-minute qualifying. It's essentially a one-shot qualifying, but you know, you get a couple laps. Who is going to be the first out of the pits for this qualifying session? It looks like it's going to be Carl. So we'll just spectate Carl now. Whether he's the first to set a lap or not, we'll see on this outlap. This pit lane's quite a long one as well. You're not going to see any pit stops today because there are only 10-minute sprint races, but it's quite a long pit lane. Yeah. There you go. That's the cool information about that pit lane. It is long and you have to follow the pit speed limit. So right now we've got Carl out first on track ahead of Jeff Joker. And Joker's already somehow picked up a penalty because he's washed, mate. Go on, you serve that penalty. Is he resetting? Bless him, is he resetting already? He's not. I don't know what he's doing, but he's picked up a penalty, bless him. It's not a great start to qualifying. And Stein just up behind him. Fine, what's the shift point? Okay, Joker's remembered what I told him. You see where your gear is? Shift where your gear is, like where it tells you what gear you are. Let's see, has he figured it out? Yes, he's figured it out. But I'd imagine that most of the other people have also figured it out after me saying that. Looks like Witchell isn't doing qualifying, so we'll go on board with Dusty because Dusty is the first to set a lap here. He's got the braking down nice there, just back onto the throttle application, really strong through there. No squirreling of the tyres, and it's a very easy flat-out corner through here. My commentary is very poor. I haven't done commentary in weeks, so please do excuse me. Then now this long, is it a back straight? It's a second straight. Taking a good exit. You want to get more on the curb ideally, but he's keeping it clean. Obviously, he's not going to get many chances to set a fast lap, but this will be one of his main chances to be, well, the first one. You're not really going to want to push all out in the first one. There's a little bit slide on entry there. He's taking the corner very narrow compared to what you might see from other people. And then again, straight back onto the brakes because you're into these slower hairpins. It's not long that you stay flat out after that faster corner. It's a very quick transition from high speed to low speed corners. And then again, straight back onto the brakes for the final hairpin. Again, staying off the curb. Curb doesn't help through there. And then it's an easy flat-out long left-hander down the hill into Junsao. I'm going to keep calling this Junsao. If it's not Junsao, I'm very sorry. Staying off the curb there. Taking a lot of curb on the exit, so it looks like a strong exit, this one. Coming up now through what is technically the final corner. Onto the start-finish straight that isn't really a straight. A bit like Lucas Wake in a way. You know, straight but not really straight. What is this lap time going to be? The benchmark is a 1 minute 40.838. Stein just behind. He sets a 1 minute 40.789. Just behind that, Lucas Joker goes fastest, 1 minute 40.3, and that's Dominic Kabinski, 1 minute 39.98. Lucas Wake goes fifth fastest in the end. So out of all of this, Dusty Fossil first set a lap. He's been pushed all the way down to fifth now as Will Sutters goes second fastest. Joker, that looks like a really competitive lap from him. He coming in tonight, he didn't seem too confident. So that's a really, really good and convincing start right out the gates. We'll watch now as Zolt Landstadler, super, also going on for his first lap. Holding tight to the inside, that's what you want to do to get the fastest lap time around here. Minimise the run to the line, very similar to Brands Hatch. Super goes quickest. A very, very quick lap time from Super, 1 minute 38.4. From testing, that is roundabout where you want to be from here. So that's good from Super. Looking like a favourite for pole at the moment. Another favourite for pole could be Jake Witchell. He's also going on his first lap now in that Ferrari livery. Are we going to see anything convincing from Witchell? Navigates these tighter corners now. This is really one of the more technical circuits on the game, I think it's fair to say. I think this is a Ferrari livery, correct me if I'm wrong. Oh yeah, there is a Ferrari logo on there, there you go. I only recognised it for the red and yellow. I think it's in like Project Cars or something. Now coming up to Junsao. We could call this Is That Glock corner, because this is the corner where Is That Glock happens. Stein moves up to third. Big improvement from him. Joker moves up to third now, and Dominic Kubinski's up to second. Lucas Wake stays in sixth, just jumping Dusty Fossil. But what's this going to be from Jake Witchell? Will Sutters goes third. There's a big battle for third. Can Witchell get involved? This will be his one and only lap, so it is a one-shot for him. Witchell goes second. That is an astonishing lap from Super. I don't know where he's pulled that out of, because he's 9/10 quicker than the rest of the competition. And I believe Super is the only one to set another lap. So, the first ever pole sitter for TSE goes to Zolt Langstadler. Super. Well done, Super. The first ever pole position. And what a pole lap that was. Honestly, very fast from Super. So that was quite an intense qualifying. There was quite a big battle there for third at one point. So your starting grid is Super, and Jake Witchell will be starting out on the front row. Jake Witchell getting only one lap of qualifying, so quite literally one-shot quali. Second row, Dominic Kubinski and Will Sutters. And then the third row is started out by Joker. Very good lap from him, considering his woes before the race, telling us that he's not very confident whatsoever. Alongside Joker is Stein. And then Lucas Wake and Dusty Fossil round out the grid on the fourth row. So this is going to be a 10-minute sprint. And yeah, fucking send it, don't crash. So best of luck. I'm just going to ask if we're ready. I'd assume everyone's ready, considering they were all out on track. But it's better to be... yeah, you know, it's better to be ready than not ready. Dusty has trouble with the tyres. That is the sole and only reason that Dusty Fossil has qualified last there. Lucas is not ready. See, that is why you check if you're ready. Because Lucas is not ready. Why is Lucas not ready? He needs like an hour. Okay. Well, let's start the race. So here we go for the first ever race in TSE. I'll run you through how the points work actually, because I haven't done that. If you finish first, you get 15 points, and if you finish last, you get 1 point. So there you go. Simple as. Here we go. There's no false start check on, I believe. So it's once the 5 red lights go out, we're ready to go. Looks like the Joker's gotten a really good start there. He's jumped Dominic Kubinski already. Dominic Kubinski's had an awful start. Jake Witchell on the inside already on Super. Witchell, he's held that inside. Super's held the outside. It's inside for the next corner. Sutter's getting involved now. He's alongside Witchell. Witchell goes through to the lead. Sutter's just behind. Sutter's tucks into the slipstream of Witchell, but Witchell isn't giving any to Sutter's anymore. Sutter's now up to P2. Super has lost 2 positions out of this start. He's about to lose another couple as Kubinski comes back up through alongside Joker. It's 3 wide and oh, there's contact. Super goes sideways. Kubinski goes off, and that's Joker and Stein. Oh, Joker's been sandwiched in between Stein and Kubinski's got a 1-second penalty for his troubles. And it's typical, isn't it? The first ever penalty goes for Dominic Kubinski. Also, Lucas Wake in the background picked up a half-second penalty. Didn't really have the best start there. He's currently in last. Now, Jake Witchell leads out the pack ahead of Will Sutters. They've already made a bit of a gap from all the carnage behind. Can Zolt Langstad of Super get back up to that pack? there's contact already from Stein and Dominic Kubinski. Dominic Kubinski just goes up the inside, taps the inside rear panel of Stein's car, that interesting looking Barbie livery. So that's Stein moving down to 5th, but Kubinski will have to serve that 1 second penalty. So a big gap has been built up to the top 3 already. So it looks like the first race winner will be one of these top 3, unless something colossal happens to them. It looks like the gap's already been built up quite a bit between Witchell and Sutters. Super is still in slipstream range of Sutters. And Super has actually gone for the dive on Sutters. There's a tiny bit of contact. Super just lifting off the tiniest bit, just gives Sutters the position back. That's lost a lot of time to Witchell and all of that. Can Super get another chance now into turn 4? He'll be tucked up into the slipstream. Going on board now. Sutters just covers that inside. Super goes to the outside. And Sutters blocks off the move. And he's gone wide. Sutters gone wide. Super just doesn't really make the most out of that move there, unfortunately. And that's Sutters with a penalty from that off-track violation there. So that'll mean Super will go up to 2nd at the end of this lap. And in the background, we also saw Joker, by the looks of it, he overtook Stein. And Dominic Kubinski's also re-overtook Stein. Stein's got a half-second penalty, so maybe something happened to Stein there in the background. We didn't really catch that. So Stein will also have to serve the penalty. It's quite difficult to pick up penalties around here, so you might see drivers struggle throughout all 10 minutes of this race. But Witchell already with a 2.8 second lead. Oh, there's contact between Sutters and Super we just caught. I have no clue what happened there, and I don't really have the keyboard to do the replay. So that's Joker up to 3rd. I've missed all of that carnage. Joker up to 3rd, but there's a colossal battle going on at the back here. Sutters has lost loads and loads of time to the leaders after what looked like an incident and a penalty. Stein has picked up another penalty. And Stein side by side with Dusty Fossil. It's 3 wide going to turn 1. Sutters on the inside too. Dusty Fossil, can he make the most of that? He's on the inside for the second bit, the centre S, and now going through turn 3. He's still got Sutters to contend with, and he's just lost out to Stein as well. Is he going to lose out to Lucas Wake too? Lucas Wake, side by side with Dusty Fossil, they're going through. It's 2 in a bed for 2 different rows of cars. Who will come out first? Stein's still got that penalty, so he's going to lose out inevitably at the end of the lap. Contact between Lucas Wake and Will Sutters. And Dusty Fossil goes wide. That might be a penalty. Dusty Fossil almost completely off into the wall there. But still side by side between Will Sutters and Lucas Wake. Will Sutters goes through. Lucas just has to back off a little bit. Is Lucas Wake going to go for the dive bomb here, though? He looks to the inside. He's going for a million miles back. Not quite. Can't really dedicate himself to the move there. Collecting lots of grass on that inside line. And Lucas has picked up a penalty from that. It looked like that would have been very close. So it's Dusty with a 1.5 second penalty. Jeez, that's harsh. Dusty Fossil picks up the biggest penalty so far tonight. Can we see bigger? From the next track, that's quite a penalty-hungry track as well, so we might see bigger. Lucas Wake, that half-second penalty, he will serve it on this straight. Same with Stein, so that will promote Sutters up to P5. But that's a long way from where Sutters was at the start of this race, I will have to say. Look, Dominic Kubinski putting Joker on all kinds of pressure now. Kubinski tucks into the slipstream. Is he going to make the move in turn 1? He goes to the outside, but it's not quite enough to make the move onto Joker. There's a lot of lag from Kubinski's side, which is typical for Dom. And again, Kubinski goes to the inside on the exit of turn 3. Joker holds the outside. It's side by side again down this straight. Who's going to be the bravest onto the brakes? Who's going to back out? It looks like they're both braked at the perfect time there. It's going to be difficult for Joker to hold this one. And he's still side by side. Joker keeps P3. Still side by side going up to this uphill right-hander. Dominic Kubinski just has to back off. Joker keeps P3 in all of this. But this could be the main battle on track at the moment. I say as I look on the minimap. And things are heating up between Lucas and Stein. Lucas is catching back up now. But the main battle looks to be Joker and Dominic for the final step on the podium. Also, the current fastest lap was set by Jake Witchell, out in the lead, who is racing fast for literally no reason. No one's catching up to him. Side by side now. Oh, that's not a place you want to go side by side, and that looks like Dominic Kabinski almost went off there. Side by side again, push to the outside. That's not where Dominic wants to be. Already I'm losing my voice because I haven't done this in ages. Dominic makes the move on the exit of Junsao, but that gives Joker the slipstream coming up to turn 1. This might not have been the right move for Dominic because Joker's going to be right back on the back of him into turn 1. Joker moves to the outside. Dominic holds the inside. Very respectful between these two so far. Looks like Super has picked up another penalty up ahead. Joker still on the outside. Doesn't quite make the move. He has to concede third position. So that's Dominic Kabinski up to the final step of the podium. Can Joker get back up again? There's another really good slipstream zone through this corner. Through this straight. Can Joker do enough to get the position back? Doesn't look like it. No, but what the hell was... Oh, that might be a disconnect from Dominic Kabinski. This is traditions, this. So that is Dominic, by the looks of it. Yep, Dominic is just disconnected. So that is Joker back up to third anyway. Will Sutter's already back up to fourth and quickly catching up to Joker as well. He's definitely one to watch out for. Could get back onto the podium if he's lucky. And Lucas Wake has picked up a 1 second penalty. I would say he'd be giving Dusty Fossil some company, but Dusty Fossil looks like he hasn't had his easiest race here. So quiet it down a little bit. Super with a ½ second penalty. It's not really going to affect him much against Joker. Here comes Dominic again. He's quite clearly disconnected there. So there we go. Super serving that penalty. Doesn't look like Joker's going to catch him much. Big time games from Will Sutters this lap. It looks like Sutters will probably get third place in the end of it. Joker is going to have to defend like his life depends on it here. Can Joker defend the final step on the podium? To be the first ever podium for TSE. He's only got one more lap to do it. I believe this will probably be the final lap of the race, and he's had a really bad exit out the centre S already through turn 3. Will Sutters all over the back of him. Will Sutters goes to the outside. The position's made even before turn 4. Down the straight now. Joker, he's going to have to pull some kind of dive bomb out of his hat. Can he do it? Not quite. Joker's going to get plenty of chances for the rest of the lap, but he goes to the outside of Will Sutters. Might have been a tiny bit of contact, but no one goes off, luckily. Side by side, just the slightest bit, but Joker has had to concede P3. All he's got to do now is just sit behind Will Sutters, wait for a mistake, wait for the right move. This will be his last opportunity to get onto the podium. Is he going to make a dive in any of these corners? Not this one. That's for sure. He hasn't made a dive on this one. Who gets the better exit? Looks like Will Sutters went really wide on that hairpin. Is that going to give Joker a sniff of the inside? Not quite. Joker slides into the entry there. Looking very cinema-esque there. It's very cinematic. Could that be a penalty for Joker if he's not careful? He seems to have kept clean through that, which is fair enough, and he's all over the back of Will Sutters. He's not going to make the move there. It's going to be a run down the line. The first ever TSE winner goes to Jake Witchell. So the first ever race winner, Jake Witchell. And he slows down at the line just to show off a little bit, as you do. Jake Witchell wins the first ever race. Zolt Langstadler, after a really convincing pole position, can only take second. And it's a drag down the line between Joker and Sutters. Sutters just about holds out ahead of Joker. Stein takes P5. Lucas Wake has picked up another penalty, and he takes P6. Dusty Fossil P7, and then obviously a DNF from Dominic Kabinski. Also, that is the fastest lap for Witchell. So there you go, your race winner for the first race, Jake Witchell, 1 position gained. So I'm just going to take a picture of these results, so we can do the calculations at the end.